Welcome back, everybody. Super excited today. We've got a brand new video and I've got a new mission I'm on. So my new goal is to hit 1,000 subscribers, and with that in mind, thank you everybody that's subscribed in the past few videos. Thank you to all my subscribers, really do appreciate it. Smash that subscribe button, hit the like button. We're on a goal to hit 1,000 subscribers, so that way we can do some Autopilot live videos. But with that in mind, we've got a new update today, guys. We were currently on 28.3.1, and we've got a new update. Came in late last night, 32.2.2. So I went ahead and, as the update was coming in, I went ahead and went on Teslafy just to see what we are looking at, and it looks like we got the update that was just mass put out there. So didn't get the latest update, but we know what's coming at the end of the month. We know what's coming soon, version 10, guys. So sit back, relax. Get some new improvements and see how Autopilot does. In the last update, we were having problems with lane changes. A lot of little bugs. It was catching people. It was hitting the brakes on the freeway. It would lock onto the cars on the lane to the right of me. So hopefully in this new update, we get some new improvements here. And as always, you guys are going to be following me along on the first drive of this new update, 32.2. And without further ado, let's go ahead and hit the road.
In 1,000 feet, turn right to take the County Highway 215 South ramp. Now turn right to take the County Highway 215 South ramp.
All right, here we go, guys. Brand new update, 32.2.2. We're gonna be testing out some Navigate on Autopilot. And we've got a bike cop over there. So I'm pretty excited for one thing. I'm gonna wait to turn on Navigate on Autopilot till we get on the freeway here. So there's a cop behind me. If it sees me squirreling around, we will have some issues. But we've got the Hero 5 Black on the trunk facing behind us, so anyone behind us knows they're being videoed. I got the Hero 7 Black here on the display, and the Hero 5 Black on the front windshield. All right, we're gonna go ahead and go into Autopilot. We are on Navigate on Autopilot, but this stretch of the freeway hasn't been updated yet, so it's still on regular Autopilot. I'm gonna go ahead and lower the speed since we do have a bike cop behind us. We're gonna go the speed limit today right here, 55 miles an hour. So one thing about the last update, 28.3.1, that I was on for about a month, a little longer than a month, is that the lane changes were getting really squirrely. It was starting to interrupt again. So from the previous update before that, it was doing really good, and it took another step back on the lane changes. And also I've been getting this freak incident often on my drive where it'll lock onto the car on the right lane. So I'm doing 70 miles an hour, the car in the right lane doing 60, all of a sudden it slams on the brakes to stay behind it. It's really freak. You have to get past that car for it to unlock or actually get out of Autopilot altogether. And it looks like that bike cop behind me is hopping on the 95 freeway, so we won't have to worry about him behind us. So we got the update last night, so I instantly went to the Teslafy update tracker just to see if we're gonna get the latest update, and it looked like 32.2.11 was starting to roll out to about 20 or 25 vehicles the last few days, and I'm hoping, wow, maybe I'll get that update. Well, nope, I got the 32.2 that was rolled out to the fleet. Oh, gotta speed up here. Made the yellow light, sorry about that. Back on Autopilot. That's what happens when you're not paying attention. All right, so we're on 32.2. Super excited. In this upgrade, we've got the software update. Now the status bar will indicate that the software update is available to download, and you can go and tap on it. And now we also got the wheel configurator. So if we have upgraded 19-inch wheels or 20-inch wheels, we can change that, and that'll help keep everything in line as far as our range estimates and what have you, and new language support. But we're here today to test out some Navigate on Autopilot, push it to its limits, push it. Let's see what it's all about today. We're gonna be staying about 5 or 10 above the speed limit. We're gonna try to stay in the slow lane. That way we can get traffic merging onto the freeway and see how Autopilot reacts to that. We're also, like I said, we're gonna keep an eye out just to make sure it doesn't lock onto any cars on our right side. And we're gonna do multiple lane changes to see how well it's changing the lanes. In the previous updates, it was moving pretty quick, but like I said, in this last update, 28.3.1, it was having a lot of errors, so it would be canceling the lane changes. Alright, so we've got it in Mad Max mode for Navigate on Autopilot. That's going to give us the most attempts at lane changes possible. We're going to go ahead and speed it up to 70 here. So that's why it's asking me to do a lane change now to move into the faster lane. We are going to try to predominantly stay in the slower lane, so that way we can get as much Autopilot action with emerging traffic. But I do like the non-confirmation of Autopilot. But the problem is it puts on the blinker way too soon. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and put the left blinker. Let's go ahead and do a lane change. Moved over, the lane change is pretty quick. Not too bad. Like I was saying before, the auto lane changes have been giving me quite a few errors. I had 3 errors yesterday on the old update. This is the first drive of the new update, so we're gonna be testing it out here. And I do suspect people behind. Oh, it hit the brakes there. I don't know why, but it didn't lock on, thank goodness. But that's kind of exactly what I'm talking about. It'll lock onto the brakes thinking like this car is in my lane. So it locks on it and wants to stay behind it, which is very, very aggravating. Because if you're doing 70 miles an hour and it instantly slows you to 60 and you got traffic behind you, you can imagine what's going to happen. With that in mind, I have the back camera, the Hero 5 on the back deck lid here. And I can almost guarantee that people aren't going to get too close to the car when they can see a camera on the back. That's just something I've noticed in the past. Let's go ahead and speed it up to 75. We'll go ahead and make another lane change. So anytime you see the blue line or the blue lines here, it's in Autopilot. Initiating a lane change now. So yeah, anytime you see the lines, the blue line or the 2 blue lines, just know that the car is actually controlling everything. It's controlling the speed, it's controlling the distance, the driving. Let's go ahead and do another lane changer on this curve, see how she does. I just initiated the blinker, moved over pretty quick, nice and smooth. Not too bad. I'm going to go ahead and go back into the right lane with the blinker. Took about a second and then it registers, which is not too bad. That's pretty aggressive. I like it. Slowing down for the bus ahead. So let's talk about version 10. I currently have Autopilot with enhanced Autopilot. I bought my car in August of last year when they still had enhanced Autopilot. So I'm really curious to see how version 10, when it rolls out, what type of features I have with the enhanced Autopilot. I don't have full self-driving, so we'll have to see, you know, if I can get what's gonna come along, and you guys can join me for the ride. Super excited with the new visualizations on version 10, but more importantly, what I get excited about are all the little minor improvements slowly that we get to Navigate on Autopilot and Autopilot driving. So I use it so frequently, and you know we're getting close to full autonomy, and it's just really amazing. So I currently have it on, you know, requiring lane change confirmations. Like I was saying before, it's the blinker just goes on and on and on and on and on for about 30 seconds. and it's just ridiculous. So whenever it asks me to do a lane change, I just go ahead and initiate it with the blinker. We do have all the safety features like emergency lane departure assist, blind spot collision warning, automatic emergency braking, obstacle aware acceleration, forward collision warning, and lane departure avoidance. We have all these features set to on. I'm in the mindset that you never know when you're gonna need them. So if they bother you here and there, like they're a nag to you when they kind of go off, it doesn't matter. I'm gonna go ahead and make the lane change. It's asking me to lane change. I'd rather have those safety features on because you never know what can happen. And that one day you have it off and you needed it, you wish you didn't. Alright, so as soon as we can get into the slow lane, we're going to go ahead and merge over. Remember, on Mad Max mode, on Navigate on Autopilot, it's going to try to keep us going. Uh-oh, we got a car behind us. Alright, I'm going to merge over. I didn't know if he was going to merge at the same time, so let's go ahead and get into the slow lane. Another lane change. So yeah, guys, I want to say thank you to everybody who has subscribed, and it just means the world to me. I've got now almost 180 subscribers, and my goal is to hit 1,000 subscribers so we can do some Autopilot live videos where we can just go live straight from the cell phone, and you can watch me doing early Autopilot testing without all the cameras and equipment going on. I think it's going to be awesome. So with that in mind, hit the subscribe button, smash the like button, follow me along on to this adventure of full autonomy. It's really amazing. So we're a little bit slow in traffic this morning. We're in the slow lane doing 65. Let's go ahead and just practice some lane changes here. We're going to do a left lane change. Oh, it didn't want to do it there. Did you see that? Let's do it again. Another left lane change. Now it went. So strange. It's so funny, the little nuances that you get when you get a new update, because like some things work better, some things work not as good. It's one of those challenges, you know, that the developers are constantly working on. I take my hat off to them. Let's go ahead and do another left lane change into the fast lane. Oh, I went ahead and let's go ahead and go back to the right. I'm gonna go ahead and go back to the right, see what happens with this traffic. Alright, so it's starting to, it slowed down a little bit there. Got a car jumping in front. We're going to be slowing down from 74 to 66. Alright. So we got traffic merging. So far, so good. Alright, so now we're behind this car. It's slowing down a little bit. We're about 10 miles below the speed limit. Let's see what Autopilot does. I'm gonna guess it's gonna ask me to move lanes here pretty soon. That warning there is just to make sure that my hands are on the wheel. So every about 15 to 30 seconds, you have to go ahead and acknowledge that you're still driving if you're not holding the wheel. All right, so we got some more traffic. I'm gonna try to go ahead and merge into the right lane here, just to get some Autopilot action. We're going to try to stick to the slow lane for the rest of the drive here to see how oncoming traffic when it's merging in affects Autopilot. We've got an exit right here. Let's see if Autopilot tries to pull into it, and it didn't at all. That was fantastic. A lot of times you'll see the road coming up and Autopilot will start to want to veer off of the exit, but that's one thing that's been getting better and better. Again, I've got the camera on the rear deck lid, and it seems like I have no traffic behind me. It's almost crazy. Alright, apply slight turning force to the steering wheel. It's starting to blink blue. If we continue to do this, it's going to get really upset and then stop us. So let's go ahead and acknowledge. Coming up onto some slower traffic. I'm going to go ahead and merge into the right lane, which looks like the slowest lane here. Did the lane change well. I don't know about you guys, but I'm super stoked for version 10. Super stoked. Even more excited for the city driving in version 10. Hopefully we get it. All right, so navigating on Autopilot is telling me to move into the upcoming lane here on the left, but I'm gonna stay in the right just so we can test it out. Confirm lane change to follow the route. Now it tells me there's a car there, so don't do the lane change. Even if I initiated it, it won't let me change. Oh, it's because we got an exit coming up. So let's go ahead and put on the arrow and see what Autopilot does. So we're running out of room. We've got a car next to us. We got the blinker on. Is it gonna slow down and merge? Let's see. All right, it's slowing down on its own, guys. And it's merging on its own. That was pretty good. It took a little bit of time there. I would have liked it to see react quicker. Slow down, get behind, but you know what? It got us out of the lane to keep us from exiting the highway. It did pretty good. Yeah, I can't wait for that city driving on version 10 because I use Autopilot all the time. I'm constantly using it. City streets, highway, anywhere I can use it. Alright, so we got some traffic coming up, and we do have highway patrol up there. So we've got looks like we got a Range Rover here on our right. Autopilot slowing down a little bit, just appeared on the screen. What is the Range Rover gonna do though? Are they gonna just go slow and back up behind me? It looks like it. So it looks like they're just gonna slow down and merge behind me. Normally, I would like to have seen the car, you know, speed up and merge ahead. Anytime you slow down on the freeway, that's a dangerous situation. So far, so good. The Autopilot's staying super true to the road. With that in mind, you know, on the last update, there was quite a few bugs with it. Oh, looks like we got some slower traffic. Let's see what's going to happen. Autopilot's slowing down. I should drive with a camera on my rear window all the time. It really keeps people off my bumper. But we're slowing down. We got a little bit of traffic here. We're going to stay in the slow lane. Autopilot wants us to move to the faster lane. I'm just going to go ahead and cancel that. So yeah, with this new update, it's staying really true to the road. But what was weird about the last update, and maybe it's in this one too, just haven't noticed it yet, is that it's staying, instead of staying super centered, it's actually staying more to the left side of the lane now, which I've noticed. If you look, whenever the lanes widen up, instead of it staying super true to the center, it's kind of staying just slightly off to the left. I'm not sure if if that's a safety feature they're putting in there or not, but one thing I noticed is that when I got passing traffic and they're too close to the right, I am really close. Like, it kind of worries me. I have to hold the wheel on Autopilot just in case they bump over. So let's go ahead and we're going to stay in the slow lane. Like I said, we're going to merge with traffic. It's slowing down to 65. Traffic in front of us slowing down a little bit. There's a lot has to be said about paying attention when you're on Autopilot. At some points you would think it's actually more work, you know, than just to drive yourself. But as you get used to it and you get more confident with it, you can still pay attention, and it's still a nice feature to be able to relax, take your feet off of the accelerator, not hold the steering wheel so much. It lessens the fatigue, but you're definitely keeping an eye out. Let's go ahead and make a left lane change. Traffic's picking up behind us. We do have a white Model 3 behind us. They're probably wondering what the camera is back there for. It looks like he's not holding the wheel, so he's definitely on Autopilot as well. Yeah, he's driving on Autopilot. I've been seeing more and more Teslas on the road every day. Just the other day I was on the freeway and there was literally 4 right around me. Here in Las Vegas, it's a great place to have an electric car. It really is. You know, the electricity rates aren't too high. The weather is good. I mean, you can't beat it really. It's asking me to do lane change to the left lane. It just canceled that one. gonna go ahead and speed it up a little. It's not gonna speed up because I got traffic, but I wanna try to get back into that slow lane so we can test some merging. I initiate the right blinker. It's merging in, slowing down a little. It seems a little different the way it's negotiating the distances between cars prior. I'm gonna have to do some more testing, but it seems like it's not accelerating as fast to catch up. Like there's a little bit more delay, which again is something that I tend to like, being more aggressive. If you think about how people drive, we're very aggressive drivers compared to this Autopilot. Got a big accident on the left over there. Looks like a rollover vehicle on the side. And that's one thing I want to talk about. Not necessarily rollovers, but accidents in general. With this Autopilot and all the features we have for safety features, it really makes it so much more safer. If every car, oh, we got some traffic here. Let's see what's going to happen. On our right, it's a truck. Is he going to slow down? We're slow in front of us. We're doing 60. He's going to merge behind us. All right. So Autopilot has been doing pretty well negotiating these, actually. But so, like, for lane avoidance is my point. If every car had lane avoidance, we would see very little head-on collisions anymore because the car would stay in the lane, only in special situations where maybe the lanes aren't too well and that kind of thing. But for highway driving and most city driving, that lane avoidance really saves your ass. And I'll show you some more videos on that later on how well it works. So we've got like one more test of the slow lane to see how traffic comes up here. So I'm just gonna wrap it up quickly. So far on this new update, what I'm noticing is the lane changes seem to be getting better compared to the last update, less buggy. It seems to be negotiating the distance, the follow distance a little bit better, or a little bit different. I'm gonna go ahead and initiate the lane change to exit the freeway. Head on my route. It's still, you know, in the last update there was quite a few bugs, and it seems like they're starting to get those bugs worked out, but I'm sure with version 10 rolling out, it's going to be a whole new ball game. So everybody stick with me. Smash the subscribe button, hit like, follow me on the next video, and stay with me on the future of full autonomy, and we'll see you on the next one, guys.